Hello again, everyone. Back with Intuitive Air. I've got more messages for you. This one I think is going to be a love message. I've shuffled, set the cards out, and really paid attention to what's here. And I'm using a tarot deck. I'm doing the using the Light Seers Tarot. And the first one I pulled out was the King of Cups. Then there's the Six of Wands. Also the Temperance. Okay, so we've got some major arcana out here already. Seven of Cups. And we've also got another major arcana, the Hanged Man. Okay, and right next to the Hanged Man, we've got the Devil. Okay, but this isn't as bad as it seems. Okay, so because I think this definitely has some negative elements, but I don't feel like the whole reading will be negative at all. So I'm starting with this one in the middle because because I'm an intuitive reader, I start wherever I am led to start from. It's not always the first card. Sometimes I read the cards all from the last card pulled to the first, but this one is in the middle. This Six of Wands, and what this shows is her being, see the figure looks triumphant. They're on stage. They've got this wreath for showing the winner, the fire up here. Looks like she's on a stage because you see these people down here. So I get the impression that someone feels like they have either won something or they have, I heard, taken their power back. Okay? Taken their power back. And you could be male or female. I know there's a female person on the card, but you don't have to be female. And let me give you the backstory on this. I think some of these cards point to what the backstory is. And right next to this Six of Wands is the King of Cups here. Okay? And do you see on the bottom of this card, there's a starfish, and there's another fish down here. All right? And this person seems to be kind of thoughtful and pensive on this card. Okay? So this person, this may be you, maybe someone else in your energy. So one of you is this triumphant person. The other one of you is this King of Cups. Okay? And so the King of Cups here, this and this feels like the lowest vibration of a King of Cups. Somebody that has a lot of emotion, you know, where you see this water here, you see these fish, so maybe a Pisces, it may not be. But I feel like this is a King of Cups who is a lower vibration, who is very emotional. Perhaps this person is clingy or they're insecure in some way. But this person was the partner to this triumphant person. Okay? But let me tell you what else about the backstory. Not only is this person clingy or insecure, and I heard too, manipulative, emotionally manipulative. This person, while you were dating them, married to them, thinking you had an exclusive relationship, this person was working on their options. See all these cups? That represents the choices, I think. And see how this person seems to be really thinking it through what choice they're going to make? Okay? So that's part of the backstory. That you were in a relationship with someone, or it may have just been a situationship. It may not have even been a real relationship. And let me know in the comments section if you don't know what a situationship is. Most people do. But this person was clingy and insecure, working their options out there. I heard man of the streets. Okay? That's who this person was. And your triumph has come because you let them go. Okay? You are now rejoicing. I mean, you could tell by her hands in the air, she is feeling jubilant, and she's got people in the crowd down here, perhaps her friends, relatives, other people who have encouraged her to let this go. And if this is you, you have let this go, and this is the reason for you feeling so much more positive and feeling more like a star now. Okay? Because remember, she's on stage, people are looking at her. She's feeling on the inside. Okay, if this is you, you're feeling on the inside like, oh, I heard that Stella got her groove back. Okay, that's what I just heard. All right, and so to get to this place where you are triumphant about this breakup, you had to go into this hanged man energy in order order to let this person go, you had to focus on seeing things from a different perspective that this person was trying to manipulate you into seeing, because that was for this person's benefit. Okay, so I heard to keep you stuck, that would be to this person's benefit. That's what they were doing. But once you embrace this energy of the Hanged Man, you were able to look at this situation very differently. And you were able to sort of take your power back. Okay? When you looked at this a different way, in order for you to be free of it and triumphant, you realized you needed to take your power back. And what you also realized too, because right by the Hanged Man is another major arcana, the devil. Okay? And you had started to feel in this relationship very restrained and like you couldn't be yourself. And this King of Cups had a lot of really negative energy that was sort of controlling or smothering. I heard smothering to you in a way. So in this relationship, when you embrace the energy of the Hanged Man, you understood that this person was a devil in your life. Okay? You came to understand through this Hanged Man energy that this person was not in a relationship with you for your greatest good. Because remember, they're out there for their own greatest good. Remember, they were working on their options when you guys were together. And you thought you had a better relationship than that. But once you went into this Hanged Man energy, you understood that this person was just not there for your greatest good. This person was here for their own reasons, their own motivations. And I heard user. Okay? You came to understand that this person was a user in your life, took your positive energy and didn't give positive energy back. So I don't know if you've ever heard in some of the other readings, by other readers, energy vampire. That's what I'm getting. That's exactly what I'm getting from this devil card. Okay, and see how he's holding his hand out, sort of that "come with me, take my hand" kind of thing. That's what I'm hearing. Is what the devil is saying. But you found out through the Hanged Man energy that this is what you were dealing with, and you no longer wanted to go along with this. Okay, so when you were asked to stay in this relationship by taking this person's hand, you refused. And it was not until you were able to take the time you needed to see this relationship from a different perspective. And I see temperance here too, which is another major arcana that I brought up before. But you were patient. You were patient, and you were willing to take your time in this Hanged Man phase to learn what you felt like you needed to learn. I think you knew this already, but I don't think you knew to the extent that this person was controlling or was a devil in your life and wasn't there for your greater good. But once that Hanged Man energy came into play, you were on your way to being done with this. Okay? You were on your way to being done with this. And what's on top of this card in my spread, what's above it, is that celebratory, triumphant kind of energy. So it was indeed this taking the time to see this relationship from a different perspective that set you free. Okay? And it set you free enough to let this go. Okay? Setting you free enough to let this go. And this is this Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. What drew my attention to it is this fire at the top of the pole. Okay, I feel like that reflects this Hanged Man energy. because it looks like here that she is in this card, like she's using this light to guide the way, okay? Like she's using it to shed a light on the future so that she can go that way, okay? And I think that's part of where that hanged man energy comes in again, is helping you to see a situation from a different perspective, because it definitely looks like here this is the energy of moving on, okay? She is looking out into the horizon, and she's using this fire, this light, to go her way. So you may be someone who was a fire energy, or you were dealing with someone who was a fire energy, okay? But you have, honey, you have done the work. You have done the work. And right under that Nine of Wands is this Three of Cups under the bottom of the deck. So you are finding your tribe to help you through this time so that you can go on your way. Okay, so that you can go on your way. These are going to be, see how she's hugging all those people? These are her tribe, the people who support her or him along the way. Okay, but either way it goes, no matter your gender, this is something that you've decided to let go. And I think that having the backstory about this energy really just tells in the reading how intense that relationship probably was for you, and how restrictive it probably felt for you. For some of you, I've heard a long time, but once you embrace the energy of trying to see this from a different perspective, and I heard people that are supportive to you had encouraged you to see this situation differently. So you went into that hanged man energy and embraced seeing this situation from a different perspective than you had been. And I mean, and all of us have had those times where we've been in relationships that we may have not seen them for what they really were while we were in it. Okay, and you know, you don't notice that sometimes until you've maybe been out of it for a while. And I heard too, some of you won't realize it until someone in your tribe asks you a specific question about how you've changed in this relationship that you were in. Okay, so you've got this. You are at the point of letting go, or you will soon be at the point of letting go. But you're definitely going to come to realize this person was a devil in your life. They were a negative influence. They were all about themselves. They were not honest. They didn't have true and upright character, you know, because they were actually, you know, pursuing things for other people, or looking for other people to pursue things with. They were working their options, that sort of thing. But if you haven't gotten there yet, if you haven't broken up yet, or you don't sort of see your light, you know, you don't see your way out of this. See that light that she's got, the fire at the top. And I just looked at the end of the deck, this Knight of Swords, who looks like he's running away from something. I think that's going to be you. After you come out of the Hanged Man, you are going to get away from this person as fast as you can. Okay, you're going to be running from this relationship, and after you've done your healing, that's when the triumph is going to come. Okay, when you have done your healing and you know that you made the right decision, you know, whatever that decision is, or whatever that situation is, you're going to be grateful that you got away when you did. Okay, all right, everybody, that's it. Intuitive Air signing off. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Take care, everybody. Bye.